Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first elementary grade. Our textbook is Weekend 1 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 1 Animals Phonics on page 9. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi. So let's begin. Quick revision in our last lesson. In our last lesson we got to know new words that starts with specific letters where we later on did trace and write. And one of these words that we read and we learned is the word sun. And we said that we need for each of these words to listen to it and also to say it again so we can later on practice writing these letters. So let's start now by listening to these words and then to practice it again. So the first word we have here is sun. Sun. Say with me, sun. Sun starts with the letter S, U, and N. Sun. Also, the other word we have learned that starts with the letter T. And the word is tiger. Tiger. Say after me. Tiger. Tiger starts with letter T. Tiger. And also the third word we have learned is umbrella. Umbrella. Say after me. Umbrella. Also, umbrella starts with letter U. And also the last word we have learned is vase. Vase. Say after me. Vase. Vase that starts with the letter V. So, all of these words we said that it is important once we learn a letter, whether letter S, letter T, U, or letter V. It is important that when we learn these letters to also learn a word. So for example, when we learn letter S, we have to think of a word that starts with S, like sun. Also, when we learn the letter T, we also have to think of a word that starts with T, like tiger. Also, when we learn letter U, we need to learn also a word that starts with letter U, which is umbrella. And finally, if we learn letter V, then we need to learn a word that starts with letter V, which is vase. So all of these words are important for us to learn and also to learn the letters. So now, let's listen to these words one more time, and I would like you to say them after me. So we said sun, tiger, umbrella, vase. Very good. Now let us move on to the second exercise we did last time. So after learning these words and after also learning these letters, now it is important that what we did last time, which is when we trace and copy each of these letters. So let's start now, remind ourselves how to trace and also how to copy these letters alone. So the first letter we start with is letter S. And what we did is we did trace letter S. We trace letter S like this. We trace it more than one time because we said that tracing is important so we can know how to copy each of these letters. We need to trace these letters so we know we are able to copy them later on. So this is what we did. We traced letter S and the last line we did copy it on our own like this. Also, the other letter we practice on is letter T. And we said that it is important that we trace all kinds of letters. and not only tracing but also to write them, to memorize them, and also to try to copy them on our own. So as we did here, we trace the letters like this, and T is a letter. And do you remember what is the word that we use that starts with T? It is tiger. It is tiger. So what we did last time is we did tracing of these letters like this, and then we copy it on our own like this. Also, one of the other letters we did trace, which is letter U. So this is how we trace letter U. We trace it more than one time because tracing is important and will help us learn how to copy each of these letters. So here you go. This is how we did tracing for all of these letters. And also, so we can at the end can be able to copy them and write them on our own. And do you remember what is the word that comes with the letter U? It is umbrella. It is umbrella. Here you go. And now with the last letter we have, or we practice on, which is letter V. Letter V. So we did trace also letter V along with letter S, letter T, and also letter U, and finally letter V. And do you remember what is the word that we learned with that starts with letter V? It is the word vase. It is the word vase that starts with letter V. So here you go. This is how we trace them and copy them as well. So it is important not only we know the letters S, T, U, and V. It is important we know these letters. We say them with the teacher, and also to know and memorize words with these letters. And also the third thing is to trace them and also to copy them on our own. And this is exactly what we did from last lesson. So let's get to know our objectives in today's lesson. At the end of this lesson, we hope that you will be able to recognize and produce the sounds of the English alphabet, and also sounds and letters correctly, and also to be able to count from 20 to 30 and back. So we're going to learn how to produce sounds of the English alphabet, and also not only producing sounds but also to pronounce these letters correctly, and to count from number 20 to number 30. Now let's begin. I would like you please to open your books on page 9. I would like you please to open your books on page 9. Now, on page 9, the first exercise we have is listen and write. So, what you're going to do here is that we do have 4 words, and these words are missing the first letter. So, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to each of these words, and then we're going to decide when we listen what is the letter that we should write here. So here we have 4 letters, which are S, T, U, and V. And what we're going to do now is we're going to listen to these words, and once we listen, we will know what is the first letter that we should use for all of these missing blanks. So let's try now and listen for the first word. The first word is missing 1 letter, and it ends with UN. And this is a picture that can help you guess what that word is. So let's listen to number 1. Number 1 is sun. Sun. So number 1 is sun. So what we should continue or fill in this blank with Is this blank with, is it with S, T, U, or V? Of course, we do write the letter S. So here we go. We put the letter S here, U and N. Then we have the word sun. Then we have the word sun. Now, let us move on to number 2. Number 2 is a word that missing the first letters and has I-G-E-R. And also here we have a picture that can help you to guess what this word is. So now, let's listen to this word and try to think what we should write. So the word of number 2 is tiger. Tiger. So the word is tiger. What we should write down here in number 2? Exactly. Here we should write the letter T. Tiger, as you can see here. So here we have T-I-G-E-R, tiger. Now, we have 2 letters left, letter U and also letter V. Let's move on to number 3 and listen to the word, and then we can write down. So, number 3, the word is umbrella. Umbrella. So, the word is umbrella. What do you think? What should we write, or what is the letter that we should write it here in number 3? Umbrella. Very good. It is U. So we write down here letter U and it became umbrella. Umbrella. Now, this will leave us with one last word, also with one last letter. Let's listen to the word. Number 4 is vase. Vase. And vase starts with letter V. Vase starts with letter V. So here you go. These are the letters that we should write in to fill in these blanks. First, we have sun, tiger, umbrella, and vase. So, what we're going to do with this exercise is we're going to listen to these numbers, and also we're going to count them, and also after we count them, then all we have to do is to write down the missing numbers. So you remember that we already know how to count from number 1 to number 20. Now today we're going to learn how to count from number 20 to number 30. So I'm going to point at the number, I'm going to say it, and I would like you to say it after me. And then when we reach the number that is missing, then I'll count on you to tell me what we should write here. So let's start with the first number. The first number is 20. 20. And 21. 21. 22. 22. Then, here we counted number 20, 21, 22. So, here we have the missing number. What do you think we should write here? It will be easy for us if we can count. So let's count again. 20, 21, 22, and 23. Very good. 23. So 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Very good. So let's count again so we can know what is the remaining number. So we have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. 25, very good. So now we know we did write 3 missing numbers, 23, 24, and also 25. Now, let's complete the list so we can know how to count from 20 to 30. So, what do you think we should count after 25? We say 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and here 26. Excellent, 26. After 26, when we said 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 27. And what we should write after 27, let's count. After 27, we have 28. And after 28, we have here, we should write 29. And then we will have the last number, which is number 30. So let's count them again. Let's count them and make sure that we know how to count from 20 to 30. So me and you, let's count these numbers again. Number one, the first one is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So here you go. Here we can learn and we can count from 20 to 30, and also we can write the numbers. So at the end, it's very important that you can make the sounds of the letters S, T, U, and V, and also to be able to count from 20 to 30 and backward. And now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.